been plenty time that I could've died. Lucky Sonny Slim got 100 lives. Knock the rings out and I'ma fit my pinky with it. Fuck a Jada Pinkett, I get jiggy with it. You with it, then we can get it going. Talking bitch shit, and you just a semi-cola head of the state, and I cannot be demoted. I put his head on the stake and make a hole into all the meter. Can't say too many ways that I need her. It's a bread on the plate, she a eater. Need some bread on the plate for the feature. I'm a beast, little boy, I'm a creature. Ain't no money to make from me being tame. Before I tell on myself I'm a plea insane. There's some folks in here with me, yo, keep it chain, and I swear. They keep talking all around my head, I hear it all day. I hope nobody don't tell the end alright. Cause I'm a sinner to hell and then y'all wait. Gon' probably send me to hell, I need peace sign. For my shoulder, devil's on east side. Now who's stronger, man, I'm getting deep fried. But I'm colder than a white polar until I'm over. Trying to stay woke in a high full of sleepers. I can leave earth anytime, no allegiance. Fuck all these hoes on that line too egregious. Had to be real one time for the region. I cannot get peace someday. Or just a little sleep someday. I know we gon' eat someday. And if the time divine, it won't be too late. Now it's a balance I've been trying to figure. In and out at times in my little feelings. My Valentine ain't want no dealings. And I can't blame you about that really. Cause ain't too much stable going on. Ain't nobody to say you on your own. I done took out a page from Rolling Stones. Advice might short the days and write the songs. Meanwhile I'll engage in other things. Dazing off the other dreams. Another page, another ream. And I still can't explain just what I see. Maybe I went made to walk, the wings fell off. And now I'm trapped inside the thought. They birthed the flaw. Glad they brought the church to talk. Cause I need something to believe in. So make me believe. They keep talking all around my head, I hear it all day. I hope nobody don't tell the end alright. Cause I'm a sinner to hell and then y'all wait. Gon' probably send me to hell, I need peace sign. For my shoulder, devil's on east side. Now who's stronger, man, I'm getting deep fried. But I'm colder than a white polar until I'm over. Trying to stay. Time that I could've died. Lucky Sonny Slim got 100 lives. Knock the rings out and I'ma fit my pinky with it. Fuck a Jada Pinkett, I get jiggy with it. You with it, then we can get it going.
My name is Marsha. I would like to talk about colorism. The discrimination of an individual based on their complexion, their skin tone, usually is derogatory. First question anyone ever asks me, what's your nationality, and then whatever I tell them, they never believe me. I get, oh, you stuck up, or you feeling yourself. I get that I'm not all the way black, or you even get like mulatto. People assume that because I am of lighter complexion, that I am not my actual nationality. Ultimately, discrimination. Who are you, and what spectrum are you on? Or you're not really African American, you're biracial. Both my parents are black. Up the lineage, I have both, all type of nationalities. But does that mean that I have to be put in a box or have to perform or act a certain way?
All right, welcome to the Black Men Unfiltered Network. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. And we're going to have a great conversation again tonight. We are talking tonight, Super Black, the trauma of colorism in the Black community. This is another episode of Flipping Tables. Guys, I am so glad that you are in the building. If you want to be a part of this conversation, I would love to have you on the panel with me tonight to discuss this. Women, men, young, and old. Come on up here and let's have this conversation. I think that we talk about a lot about racism, but we don't talk a lot about colorism, going all the way back, rooted in women who are Black, who were passing. If you don't even know what passing is, we'll get into that in a little later. But I'm going to drop the link in the chat for anybody that wants to come up and have this conversation who is either experience this or know something about this. Would be amazing. If you don't know nothing, then you can sit back tonight and learn something on how colorism has changed the perception of the game. Now, again, like I said, we talked about racism, but we don't talk about colorism. We talk about what the white man did, but we don't talk about what Auntie Sheila did when she talked about how her little dark-skinned niece, when she called her a little black heifer, or you little darky, or you with your black ass, or we don't talk about that. We don't talk about how the yellow-skinned aunties talked about the dark-skinned nieces and nephews, or the dark-skinned children. The yellow-skinned, the lighter-skinned, fair-skinned. I don't even like saying fair-skinned because I think that's unfair to say. But fair-skinned people talking about the dark-skinned people. But again, like I said, if you want to join this conversation tonight, you have something you want to add, I'd love to have you up here. I'm going to drop the link right now. Please turn your camera on. Please make sure your microphone don't sound cheesy, and we'll be breezy. All right. Let's see. On the show. All right. It should be dropping right about now. There we go. So if you want to come up, the link is in the chat. Yeah. Now, also, thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as you're coming in. It's good to see everybody here. And hit the share button. Share with 2 people you love and 1 person you don't. And hit the like button because that does help with the show. And I appreciate it. All right. Everybody should have the link. I'm going to put it in both streams right now. Make sure that it's both in there. Let's see what we got. All right, make sure they can see me on both streams. All right. You want to come up? It is in the chat on both sides. There we go. All right. So again, welcome to the Black Men Unfiltered Network. Flip another episode of Flipping Tables. We're talking Super Black, the trauma of colorism in the Black community. I think this is a great conversation to have, but I do want to go back to sometimes we are our worst enemy. I do believe in the Black community that amongst us, outside of racism, colorism exists in families. And there are a lot of people who have grown up scarred, not by what white people said or what Amy or Julia said, but but TT Wanda and them said at the family reunion when they talked about how dark he was or how black your lips are or how nappy your head is. And so I just want to have a conversation. I'm going to play a few videos as well. This is going to be more educational tonight, entertaining as well. If people want to come up, we can have a conversation. But what is colorism? Why don't we talk about it? Why don't we deal with it? I think anything in the Black community that is a bad thing or a negative thing, we romanticize it based on the fact that we don't want to talk about it. All right, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about colorism. We don't want to talk about it. But I want to play a video. I want to start a video here that I think that would be suitable for what we're talking about today. Let me play this real quick. We'll start here. Now, all these reactions are going to be real time because I haven't seen any of them either. So I'm going to play these and let's see what happens.
Colorism is being told to use skin lightening cream.
When a guy says, I only want to date a peng lighty.
When there's no foundation for a dark skin girl, but 50 shades of beige. Want to know what colorism is? Well, let us break it down for you.
Colorism is the prejudicial or preferential treatment
Of same-race people.
Based solely on their colour. Racism is about race.
but colorism is about how dark your skin is.
Racism usually comes from people from a different ethnic group,
But colorism, that can come from anywhere.
even from someone from the same ethnic group as you.
The way these light-skinned girls is loving me now.
Like, there's so many videos, like all the like video vixens, I feel like the hottest ones are always the light-skinned girls.
I wanna see a light-skinned girl on the road. I wanna get slush from
If there is a dark-skinned girl in it, she's usually got problems. She's usually, you know, the one they're trying to get rid of, or the one that's just, you know, just too much.
Excuse me, Miss Foo-Foo, but when I met your ass, you was dead, broken, naked. Now you want half.
Growing up in the stuff I consumed, the light-skinned girl was always the main character, and if there was a dark-skinned girl, she was usually the sidekick, and she was usually quite angry. And I think even now, that's still an issue. For example, in Dear White People, we have the typical light-skinned main character and the dark-skinned sidekick.
Like, I just remember just a setting with just these two actresses or like just brown people. Out of nowhere, you'll have like these white dancers come and start dancing behind them and doing like these dance moves, like Indian dance moves. It's like, yo, where's my Indian homies at? Where's my Indian gals at? There's this one film that I remember where the guy sings that she's Gordy Tippy, which means she's white. She's white. Like, there's repeatedly saying that, oh, like, she's so beautiful, she's fair and lovely. When I saw that, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, like, you hear about these things, but you don't actually see it. When you see it, you're like, whoa.
At 13 or 14 though, like you've got no money, you can't spend £30 on Mac. The only thing that I could buy was Dream Mac Mousse, cocoa, and it was so thick and horrible and orange.
I remember being on set and the makeup artist using a foundation, a mineralizer that's like so many shades lighter than I actually am.
And like, if you were to put it on your face and there was a flash, that was slag line central, because you're never going to be that orange. Boys I was friends with would say stuff like, being tan, that's like the perfect skin tone.
It's not uncommon to hear Nigerian guys back home say in order to marry her, she has to be a graduate, intelligent, and yellow.
I remember a work colleague saying to me that I'm quite dark skinned for a Punjabi girl. And that just goes to show like the beauty ideals within the South Asian community that men have, like, that are just so detrimental to like the self-esteem of women. You know, just the little things from like seeing the artwork that like my grandma had. It's like you see fairer skinned women in these images. I think it's not just Punjabi households, it's just, you know, Asian houses in general. Like, lighter skin was always championed, and like they would always maybe like introduce some sort of lightening cream or like, you know, methods to help lighten or clean your skin to make you lighter. Colorism is peak.
But don't get us wrong.
We're not trying to hate on light-skinned people of color.
We just want to be who we are unapologetically.
You are valid no matter what skin you're in.
No matter what skin you're in.
No matter what skin you are in. So colorism is the preferential, is it prejudicial first?
All right, man, guys. So listen, if you can relate to that, put a 1 in the chat. If you have dealt with any type of colorism, put a 1 in the chat, because I think that as we heard the young women speak on it, they spoke on it. So I'm not trying to be biased here. I wanted the women of color who are darker to have that for you guys to hear that. But I also got somebody else. So I know this is not the person, everybody's favorite person, but sometimes it's a message, not the messenger. And I'm going to play this because I think this people can relate to, you whether agree with it or don't agree with it. But I definitely want to play this one because it makes a little sense. Let's see. I haven't watched the whole thing, so like I said again, all this stuff I'm watching with you guys. So let's see what we got. All right, here we go. All right. Let's let Dr. Umar cook for a second.
Black men, I'm gonna put this on us sisters too. We practice color. I think the colorism of black men in the dating world supersedes the colorism of sisters in the dating world.
See, never, we never, you don't hear this conversation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
yes,
now, what do you mean by that?
Black men are extremely biased against dark-skinned black women. I've been in rooms, I've been in events, and this is a global phenomenon too. It's not limited here. It's a Pan-African issue. I've been in spaces, right, where there might be 3 or 4 sisters over there. They are all attractive. But the dark sister, in some cases, stunningly beautiful. Stunningly beautiful. And the brother would always go to one of the lighter ones just because she was like. I've seen this repeatedly and consistently. I hear young men say they only date light skin. Look at the gangster rap community. Many of our prominent gangster rappers have at least one song where they either condemn dark-skinned women or promote light-skinned women. Jay-Z, he has a song earlier years where he says he only dates the wavy light skin.
Yeah.
Him being with Beyonce is not an accident. He probably would never consider.
All right. So far. We in so far. I want to see y'all what y'all got to say in the chat. What are y'all thinking? Is Dr. Umar on to something? Is he cooking? Is he not cooking? Or do black men really prefer and champion lighter skinned women over dark skinned women? Yeah. Maybe not. All right, let's continue.
A dark-skinned woman. I'm not trying to say Mr. Carter is a light-skinned supremacist, but going off of his lyrics, he may definitely qualify for one. Our dark-skinned sisters, who are just as beautiful as our browns and our yellows, are being overlooked by black men because they don't have a complexion that approximates the slave master.
That's, and we never really talk about,
and it has permeated the black consciousness community. I'm going to put my black conscious people on blast too. And by black consciousness, I'm loosely referring to all the brothers who claim to be woke in some way or another, including scholars, elders, and youth. If you go through the conscious community, 99% of all the conscious talking heads have women who can pass a brown paper bag test. You're not going to tell me it's a pure coincidence that most of our black scholars, most of our young conscious brothers in the YouTubian world, you can't tell me it's purely coincidence that 99% of them have women who can pass the brown paper bag test. Our dark-skinned sisters are not in short supply. We are simply overlooking them. And I'll tell you this, and I'll be quiet. For a long time, I said I would only marry a dark-skinned sister because I saw how they got overlooked. And working in the schools, I saw how the chocolate girls were always the last to be approached. So I said, I'm going to marry a chocolate queen and put the chocolate women back on the map. And then I had to sit down one day. And I said, if you do that, you practicing dark skin supremacy.
Most people have.
All right. So what do you guys think so far? Because like I said, it's the message, not the messenger. Guys, if you have an opinion, the panel is open. If you have an opinion, if you want to come up and you have something you want to say, the panel is open right now. Right now. If you have a difference of opinion, if you agree or disagree, the panel is open. Come from the shadows. Turn on your camera. Make sure your kids are not running around behind you screaming with shit in their drawers. Come up here on the panel and have the conversation. The panel is open. The link is already tagged at the top of the chat. If you don't see it, just request it, and I will definitely put the link in the chat. Okay? If you don't see it, I'll put it in the chat. Do you agree with Dr. Umar so far? Because we're going to get into this brown paper bag thing in a minute. Yeah, because a lot of people don't even know about the brown paper bag situation. A lot of young people don't know. A lot of older people don't know. But we're going to look at that in a second after our Dr. Umar gets done. Yeah, I found it. Okay, I was looking for it. Okay. Okay, yeah, I found it. All right, so anyway, let's finish up with Dr. Umar. Let's get Mr. Squid off the channel for a second. Let's see. Let's get back to it. Okay, here we go.
What if the woman your ancestors is sending you is fair skin, is tan, is brown? You may miss out on the woman you need to complete your mission here on earth because you're now saying that you have a one-track mind that will only date chocolate, but your queen may actually be of another complexion. So I had to check myself because in wanting to defend my chocolate, beautiful African queens, I almost became a chauvinist myself against light-skinned women. And I'm going to put this on black men. We got to stop worshiping skin color and disrespecting and dismissing our chocolate women.
So because, you know, I mean, this is a really great conversation with you because you're a doctor of clinical psychology. And this thing really does get psychological because when I'm thinking about the women I've dated and even some of, you know, the dark-skinned women that have gotten very vulnerable with me, all of them in their honesty have communicated challenges dealing with men, dealing with just different areas of their lives associated with that part of it. And do you find that just overall, the darker skinned women are probably dealing with more insecurity or self-worth issues at scale?
Yes. The light skin supremacy that our beautiful dark skinned sisters have to put up with is an extra layer of pain they carry. But guess what? Although it is worse than what the extremely pale skinned sisters have to deal with, I would say second to the chocolate sisters' trauma around skin color is the pale skin sisters' trauma around skin color. The super light, bright queens, they also go through a lot of trauma. It's not as much as the dark. I want to be clear about that, but they go through it. I see it in the schools. The light-skinned girl with the green eyes, they got to fight every day. Now, the dark-skinned one's going to be called ugly African booty scrap, right?
Right.
But the light-skinned one, she getting her face scratched out every day. They bite, you understand? Because they assuming because she's light-skinned with hazel eyes, she thinks she better when she may not. So if you exist on either extreme of the color continuum within the African queendom, you suffer.
That's true.
If you're a tan and a brown, you safe. But if you are super light, bright, super chocolate, you're going to suffer. But without question, the chocolates suffer way more.
And I would say this too. It's another one we don't talk about. Our light-skinned brothers, very, very, very light-skinned brothers suffer. One of my very closest friends I grew up with, he was one of these brothers. And you'll find that a lot of the very, very light-skinned brothers, because of conditioning, how they're treated growing up, a lot of them feel like they got something to prove.
You know what?
A lot of them feel like they got to be the baddest.
I just learned this.
They got to be the gangsters. They got to be the thugs. I had my brother D1 up here. D1 is a good brother.
Yes, he is.
We asked, yo, why's your hair locked up? He said, I had to get locked up because growing up, this was how I connected to my blackness. People had to know I was black by looking at my hair, my locks. So that was
now the blackness is a little bit different from the masculinity, though.
Yes,
right.
That is.
So separate them out.
That is.
But you're saying even in terms of the masculinity, in terms of him being able to assert himself as a man, he felt, or light-skinned brothers can feel, that they are sometimes treated like they ain't got enough swag because they're light-skinned.
Absolutely.
I just heard this for the first time a couple months ago, and I never heard it before that, but brothers told me that. I never knew that. That people thought light-skinned guys
were weaker
soft. Because when I look back in middle school and high school, a lot of the bullies were light-skinned. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I didn't know that the light-skinned brothers felt that they were kind of viewed as soft. I never saw it.
That's a running
but I did hear this.
Yeah.
Now you're a lighter brother. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Running light skin thing, like, oh, you acting light skin.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's light skin behavior. Yeah.
Okay.
And you get that from women and men.
But that's with the colorism.
Yeah.
I've heard that. But what about your masculinity? Growing up, did you feel that you were viewed as softer or weaker because you were lighter? Do you feel your gangster was tested more because you were light?
Not me specifically,
but you've seen it.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe even somebody was it's funny because it depends on who's lightest.
Let me tell you when it really hit me. I don't know how long y'all been following me, but if you go back to 2016, 2017, me and the good brother Cyrus Sutin-Seti had a beef. Shout out to Cyrus Sutin-Seti. He is RBG, so I respect the brother. And I did my little rant in Detroit with my Phillies hat, my classic Seti rant. And I called him albino because I'm going in on him.
Right.
I don't do light skin supremacy. My father's as light as Seti. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it wasn't about that. I'm just going in on him. And I started getting hit up by all these light skinned Africans, men, women, elders like Dr. Umar. You got to take that back. You can't say that, because a lot of us struggle. I didn't know. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because there was a light skin privilege in society, I overlooked the fact that although this may count more in the white world, it can be a detriment in the black community.
Yeah.
You see that? So I had to check myself on that. So shout out to all my light skinned folks and apologies to those I might have offended a couple years ago. That's almost.
All right, my brother from another mother's in the building tonight. Give it up for yours truly. JT is in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What's up, man? What's popping with you, bro?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my brother. So, man, listen, what we talking about tonight, man. Me and you, we on the, I think you're a little darker than me, maybe. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, don't let the lights fool you. I'm dark as shit. And
yeah, so let me ask you then, since you're on here, have you ever had to deal with colorism growing up?
No, I never personally had to deal with colorism.
What about your daughters?
No. No. So, yeah, especially in my family, it was just never something. It was never something that was like a negative light, but sometimes when we joning and stuff like that, of course, we'd talk about shit like that. But I've never had to suffer the colorism type thing or whatever. My daughters either. The thing is, like, my youngest is probably closer to my skin tone. My oldest is a little bit lighter. Their mom is light skinned, so. But yeah, I have never. I don't know if my daughter's in college or whatever had to deal with it, but I know myself. It was always a positive thing for me, coming up as a kid or whatever. So no, I never had to deal with that.
Our pain in the building.
Gentlemen, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Our pain.
Yeah, what's up?
Have you, I know that you have a lighter skinned wife, so she, and most people say that lighter skin is a privilege. White women, the closest thing to a white woman is a light-skinned black woman. And as you probably know, back in the day, they could pass for white women. And so have you ever dealt with, or have your wife ever dealt with the backlash of colorism?
Well, I haven't asked, I haven't talked to my wife about it. One of the things I found is, first of all, I heard Dr. Umar. I saw, listen, this ain't coolie high and shit. I think, at one point, all the shit that he was talking about was really, really oppressive and true. It depends on where you are. It might still be true. But it's, as far as I'm concerned, one of the things I found in my whole dating life, I had maybe one or two real chocolate chip sisters, right? Because they wanted light-skinned men. The light-skinned women were my path to least resistance. Man, they were all over fucking me. It's like they like chocolate. So I didn't have any problem with them, but most light-skinned women, man, if they're pretty, they float through life, man. They might go through a little bit of shit in high school, but if they're really pretty, by the time they become adults, not all that shit is what steals their heart, man. They're not like sitting down here worrying about it. They know they got a little bit of pretty privilege, and the only thing that separates them from regular people is their personality and their character.
Yep.
If they're fucked up, people are gonna know it. But have you ever see a real light-skinned pretty woman and she's nice as hell? She's she gotta beat people off her with a stick.
Yep.
And a lot of dark-skinned sisters want to hang out with her because maybe the crumbs that fall off the table they might be able to get. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then as far as light-skinned brothers, cry me a fucking river after they fuck 6 women in one day. And we have to worry about, oh man, I had to fight. Man, we had a brother, man. This guy he was lining them up and knocking them down, every day. And so, I cry me a goddamn river, man. I don't want to hear this shit. I mean, I swear, I don't want to hear it.
So you don't want to hear from a male perspective?
Either one, man. They're all full of shit. And black women in general, I believe, have I don't care what color they are. They all have a certain inferiority complex when it comes to their mistress, the white woman. And that's why they're so susceptible to every fuck shit that goes on. That's why they be used by, they could be used to propel all kinds of bullshit. Because they're always looking for affirmation. They're always looking for validation. They're always looking for attention. That's why they're part of the 92%. And I don't have no sympathy for them. And, one of the things I had to do with my daughters, I had to make sure that they were comfortable with the skin that they're in. One of my oldest daughters a little lighter than my youngest one. Neither one of them have any issue with how they look, their color, their texture of their hair, none of that shit. They don't have any of that problems. And I kind of made sure of that, right? So they sit down, they both take care of their hair, all 4C, all that stuff. They're like a part of the Rainbow Coalition. They got black friends, Hispanic friends, white friends. They're comfortable in all the spaces that they're in. So that's just the way it is. So we didn't talk none of it. We didn't have any of those conversations. I mean, not conversations. We didn't make that an issue at all. So I don't know. That's when I hear all this colorism shit. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but just like the rest of the victimization that runs around in the black community, it's just another layer to the bullshit that we keep, self-perpetuating. And that's how I feel. I mean, maybe I'm being a little hard on it. I'm not saying that colorism doesn't exist, but just like bullying in the past, you survive through it and it should make you a better fucking person later on.
Now, I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to play this for y'all. And I want y'all to hear these black women that ask them a question. Have they ever benefited from being light-skinned? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people say that light-skinned women are privileged over darker-skinned black women. And so I'm gonna play this for us real quick. Hold on, give me just pull it up real quick. Let's see. All right, here we go.
The next prompt is, I have benefited from colorism in ways I didn't recognize before. Okay, someone who has benefited from it.
The first thing that came to my head, I wouldn't really say was okay, I had a couple things come to my head. So one of the things that it's not a benefit, and I'm not condoning it whatsoever, but it can be perceived as a benefit. For an example, I was in my cousin's wedding, my cousin from Georgia, she's darker than me, and we went to a David's bridal somewhere in the South, and all of her friends were darker. I'm the light one there in my family and her friends. So we go to try on dresses, and the lady who was helping us was a white lady. She would not touch the other girls. She didn't want to fit them. She only wanted to touch me. I didn't notice because I don't know, I just was oblivious to it. But she kept saying like, oh, like you come here and like we can fit her. I'm not the bride. My cousin was the bride, but didn't really want to like acknowledge or touch them, like to zip up the dress. She would only offer to help me. And she was like, one of her friends had made a comment, if I was lighter like you don't even see the issue. And so like things like that, where I'm like, I didn't even recognize.
How does that make you feel when you or hear that from like internally? Does it faze you at all, or how does it make you feel on the inside?
It honestly makes me feel bad sometimes because I didn't feel the pain that they felt. Like I didn't feel the direct discrimination that they felt because they were darker. And
go ahead, guys.
That shit sound crazy, man.
I can see it though, but go ahead, JT.
Don't want to touch the bride, but she wanted to. Man, that shit sound crazy. That lady, if they had to deal with that lady was crazy as hell. They should have walked their ass up out of that bridal shop. That's crazy. First and foremost, that's not colorism. That was racism.
Racism.
Right. And it's not, and that was that lady. It's not the sisters themselves. That's that lady.
Yeah. So that wasn't what that young lady subscribed to was not what was asked of her. That, I mean, right. That's not a privilege. They were asking, how did you benefit from it? She went all the way through. No, that shit, I would have cut her ass off, scratched that. That experience was not what I was asking.
Well, JT, why don't this? I don't mean to cut you off, but listen to this. If that was her example, then maybe she really hasn't really had any colorism issues.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah, she said, because basically she said her example is all the dark-skinned girls the woman didn't even want to fit them. Well, right. She come in, the lady's like, come on, I got you, baby. Let me go ahead and get you right. The white lady.
But interpersonal between her and the dark-skinned sisters, if colorism would have meant that they wouldn't want her to be in the wedding.
Right.
Especially the bride.
Right.
Yeah, she was all the way off.
Well, I you know what? I'm giving her some grace because just a lot of black people do. You know what? If you talk to the average the average albatross wearing black person who thinks they've been victimized, and you start digging a little deeper, they can't even give you one goddamn example where they actually face any real racism.
Right. But the colorism is where I'm at.
No, but I'm saying colorism is the same goddamn thing, I think. If she couldn't even come up with a good example.
So what's the other word for colorism that they always use? People started using. It was a hot word they started using on you once they found out what the word was.
I missed that one.
It'll come to me. Somebody in the chat probably will bring up the word, but it's about within the people that are in your race that's committing this whole colorism thing. Okay. Light-skinned black, dark-skinned black, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of, like I said, I've never experienced it myself, but I did observe it. You know what I'm saying? I've heard enough people during those times express it. I've had, now one of the things I have experienced is some of the things that, people my father's age and older used to say, like, especially with me, when I go outside in the summertime, you need to put a hat on. You're getting dark. My father even said it one time to me. I was like, okay, I'm dark. You know what I'm saying? You need to put a hat on. That's going to like, not to put a hat on so you don't get sunburn, but you get dark. That's what's supposed to happen. But I think it was just an ignorant type of thing that came in, because I heard a lot of people during those times saying things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Extrapolate that though, JT. You know, I think black people themselves perpetuate that shit. You get a light-skinned baby and a dark-skinned baby. Nobody wants to pick up the dark-skinned baby.
Do you think that's like how it is now?
No. Well, what I'm saying is that's some of the roots of colorism. They're just fucking self-perpetuating.
Yeah.
If you have a family with, you know, a couple of light-skinned kids, you know, and you got dark skin, you know, nobody's picking up the dark. If you got a little crispy critter down there and a little light-skinned chick, you know, they everybody's catering to the little light skin. Oh, how cute. The little black one they give the ugly doll to and say, go in the corner and shit and eat crow and die.
So let me ask you a question. Looking at the women that's on this panel right now, what are your thoughts about how they have the women set up? So, you know, they got the light-skinned black women on one side and the dark-skinned black women on the other side. If you were to walk into this room unknowingly as a single man, and they told you to go pick your wife, who you picking? And this is the problem that a lot of women, I think, talk about.
Well,
if you walked in this room, Arpain, and you were single, what side are you going to pick your wife from?
Well, you know what? Here's my thing, right? And I said this before. Light-skinned women always gave me more play than the dark-skinned. Because listen, I had my own little, you know, I had my own little thing. You know, when I look at my wedding picture, I didn't realize how good I looked back then. You know, so back then I just thought I was another chocolate brother that, you know, wasn't up there, right? So, you know, the light-skinned women just gave me more play off rip than the darker-skinned sisters. You know, I had to ask, you know, they just, because they were looking for light-skinned dudes. You know, so so if I walked in the room, I go to the path of least resistance. You know, if I talk to the chocolate sister and she's throwing up in the back of her fucking throat, I'm not gonna really talk. I'm gonna say, let me go to somebody who might look at me and smile. So that was my experience back then, you know, and you know, a couple of chocolate chips like me, and I really appreciated that. But back then, man, the sister and the light skinned sisters used to be you know, so you know, if you're a brother, you know, and you're looking for some fun and all this kind of stuff, you go to the women who like you back. That's my experience. All right,
so now we got a female in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. My sister from another mister's in the building. Terry's in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on? So Terry, have you dealt with colorism?
No.
Right.
No.
And would you say that you haven't dealt with it because you're fair skinned, or do you think you would have dealt with it if you were darker?
Sure.
Absolutely. So how do you feel about colorism as a whole?
It makes sense for the other cultures, but it's stupid if our own culture are trying to play into it. Because I never see myself as lighter or darker growing up. I just see myself as a black woman. Never did I see myself as lighter or darker until this one girl was like, well, you have fair complexion. Well, you're lighter skin. And I'm like, damn, you're paying attention to the color of my skin. Does that matter? We're both black women. But as far as lighter skinned women hollering at you, you know, sometimes they're more for the streets, where the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You know, the darker skinned women, you know, they'll give you a run for your money because they're taught at a younger age their power. You know, they're taught at a younger age, you know, what a man is supposed to do and respect you. And their parents told them that because they understood they have darker skin. But yeah.
You think the light-skinned women back then, they get, you know, I'm old as hell, right? So you don't think the light-skinned women got taught that back then? You know, first of all, I look at you, right? I've seen you in all the panels. You don't look that light to me.
Am I?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, so I think you're somewhere in the middle of that. But I thought what your answer was that you didn't face it. Maybe it bounced off your back in terms of people who might have favoritism with skin color. I just think in the Black community, we play it up more than we need to. And it's not to say it's not real, but something you just have to live through. And there's such thing as, certain privileges that happen out there in life. And we could make it an issue. And if you don't have one of those privileges, you could put that around your neck as an albatross, or you move forward, without and build your own self-esteem. So I think the colorism issue is more of a woman's issue than it is a man's. That's what
it could be, but it's also generational tyranny. If you don't mind, how old are you?
36, going on 37.
Yeah, so this is probably a little bit different because of how she grew up also. And then demographics have something to do with it too. Mm-hmm. One of the things I've heard where the colorism thing was really, really big, especially amongst light-skinned and dark-skinned women, was New York was one of the spots. There's parts of Detroit that had it like that. A lot of the northern inner cities, and it was more in school. If it was between the women, it was school age. By the time they get into college, it's not so much, but people that you're around a whole lot. So I think it's demographic. I think it also has to do with the generations also. I don't see it as much now because we have a different type of trope that we have to deal with now when it comes down to the aesthetics of any of us. When it come down to men, really, it was more of a jokey thing with men. I can say, at least in my generation, it was. I'm from Detroit, and we ain't never had that whole thing that if you light skinned, you soft. I can tell you right now, there's a whole bunch of dudes that was rough and they were light skinned. So we ain't never had that. It was based off of who we see. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of soft, dark skinned dudes too. So yeah, it's a lot to consider when we're talking about that, though.
So I wanted to say, and I'm in Texas, so colorism didn't make any sense because we were Black, and they just didn't like Black people. So I don't understand. Oh, you're lighter, you're darker. That's not how they see it down here. They see you as a Black person. I honestly think darker skinned women need to stop playing into the stereotype.
Yes.
Because it's looked at on you guys worse. Because it's expected of the darker skinned women. But if you had a fit, feminine, friendly, dark skinned woman, and you came in speaking professional, they would be like, damn, she done completely thrown me off of what I expected her to be. But light-skinned Black women, they can get away with acting ghetto. But dark-skinned Black women,
No, I was just telling Black man, I'll be right back. Go ahead, finish. You finish.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, sister, I'm Black too, but it is different for the darker skinned woman. And y'all gotta stop playing into the loud ghetto, wearing a bonnet. I mean, it's the stereotype. Stop playing into that shit.
You're on mute, though.
So how do you feel about the women who do that tyranny? Who the lighter skinned women who do say them Black bitches, them Black ass, they can't be, or those lighter skinned women who get the opportunities at the jobs, who get the husbands and the men. Well, how do you feel about the men being more attracted to the lighter skinned women? I'm talking about inside of our community, not the white folks. I'm talking about the Black women who say them Black ass bitches ain't, they ain't nothing, or the men are gravitating more to the light skinned women. What do you say?
So I feel like I don't look like the stereotype. I feel like Black men don't date lighter skinned women because they're afraid that we'll hurt their feelings. They're afraid that we'll break their heart. They feel like if they were a darker skinned woman, that they feel like he's all that she'll need, and she can't get nobody else. So I feel like the Black man would be quicker to date a darker skinned woman because of the fear of getting your heart broken by a lighter skinned woman.
We both that's interesting.
Go ahead, go ahead, R-Pain.
No, you know what? Listen, if that's your experience, I don't know. I just see that. I think we make too much of it. I just think that whether you're dark skin or light skin, if two people get together, it just depends on how they mesh. I think in general, back in my day, I think that women who choose, I think women on one hand choose who they might want to have a baby with because they want to have a baby that they think is cute.
Yeah.
Right. So if this Keke Palmer, for example, she had all kinds of issues with her complexion and skin color. So she picks this nondescript black, we don't even know he's black, so she could have a kid with. She treated him like shit. She had the kid, convinced him, everybody he was beating on her, which is probably not true.
R-Pain, you're going into a deep.
Hold on, let me finish. So she treated him like shit because she wanted a cute little light-skinned baby. Right? And that's what she got. And now I don't even know if he's in the picture. Can he see his kid? He might be able to. She's moved on because she got what she wanted. And listen, having babies is actually a woman's choice, to tell you the truth. But so I don't know. They look at you. Women have a choice to say, this guy, whatever box in her head, if a guy fits, whether he's dark skin or light skin, she actually has first rights of refusal. So in my experience, the darker skinned women wanted lighter guys, unless they couldn't get one.
So light skinned dudes are not attractive. They're not. A lot of women don't want to be sitting here with prototype and get played on because prototype is a prototype that every woman wants. Hey, nah, like for real. I don't want the man that every woman wants.
Damn, she got him right. She got him right when he came to the
Let me settle in, man. Let me settle in.
Yeah, you light skin. You came in at the right moment.
Ooh, I light skin.
No, but for real, though, like
so funny.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
But damn, but yeah, I mean, the prototype you came in. What's your thoughts, man?
Man, I just was coming to chop it up with y'all.
As soon as you came through the door, but you know what? Back in the day, the women, it was a shift. Back in the day, Al B. Sure had all the women.
In the 90s, it was bow-legged, light-skinned dudes.
Yeah,
and then
right at the end of the 90s, Wesley Snipes came into the picture and killed all of them.
No, it wasn't Wesley Snipes. It was DMX.
Oh well,
DMX.
I don't know now because Wesley Snipes had a lot of movies where he was butt naked and having sex in every movie, and the women love that.
Nobody want to see DMX butt naked. That's not what the hell we want to see. Now, Shamar, ain't that his name, Shamar, or the dark skin?
No, not Shamar. No, when his belly came out, when belly came out, then all the girls wanted dark skin, tall, skinny guys.
Hey, Coach Ferg, they saying the light skinned niggas ain't in no more, Coach Ferg.
Man, we ain't been in since 98. Well, I ain't light skinned. I don't know what I am, but I ain't light skinned because Coach Ferg is light skinned.
Very light skinned. And Coach Ferg, he had all the ladies back in the day. Exactly.
That's so funny.
So hold on now. Hold on. Wait. So Tyranny, what you're saying is that your complexion, Tyranny, right? Your skin color would draw in more men than a woman of darker complexion.
No, I stated earlier, darker women are the ones that men marry because they feel like they won't break their heart. Versus a light skinned woman, they feel like that they'll break their heart. Like honestly, like how I feel about light skinned men. No offense, Coach, your photo. But you niggas,
I'm not offended at all. I'm not offended. Tandy, I'm not offended at all. I wouldn't. You too young for me to even look at. Your aunties, they had to see what they look like. What do your mama and aunties look like? I don't go by you. You too young for me. I give you to my son. My son. He'll knock y'all.
Okay, but I'm saying y'all too cute, and a lot of women don't want competition. We don't want competition. Leave y'all cute men for the women that's strong enough to handle y'all.
So okay. So what about the lighter skinned women? Let's get to the men. So are men gravitating more to lighter skinned women Because I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact that Coach Ferg's wife, is she light skinned? Okay, because so you went the opposite because of your dark skin. I mean your light skin ass. But I know JT, your
what
wife,
complexion is your wife? Light skin or dark skin?
Dark.
I need to know that.
Dark.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think most brothers that are darker skinned, they submit to the lighter skinned woman. Let them submit to it. But you know, it is who he is. Because
he's a submitter. Because he got a light skin.
I mean, listen. And some dudes are lighter than what they are. They just dirty as hell. But you know, that's another question. You know, niggas could be light skinned if they washed and cleaned themselves. But hey, listen, I've always, and I'll just speak for me, and I'll talk about I ain't have no problem with no complexion of a sister.
We gonna pretend we don't hear that dog.
So no, that's my doggy. But no complexion of a sister bother me. And I've always been in.
The dog laughing. Like, nigga, quit lying.
He lied. He lied.
Listen, my doggy is a girl. That's a girl dog. So she follows the king. She follows me. She's barking because I have everybody barking if they follow me. But I'm sorry.
And that's the problem with you light-skinned men. Y'all too cocky. That's why women ain't really messing with y'all, because y'all too cocky.
Turney, dudes in your age group, yeah, they're little soft pants dudes, both dark skin and light stew. But believe me, I'm Gen X. We never had a problem with a woman, ever. And that's me. I don't know about other dudes, but I think if a dude's 50 and over, we ain't really had those bad track records like that. And the women, they didn't fight like y'all do. See, y'all fight the men and tell them they ain't shit. Y'all aunties were a little bit more nicer. And again, light skin, listen, yes, we like to be clean. I'm a clean nigga. You come on my house, everybody clean. But as far as working hard, it don't matter. Because I love all complexions, more options.
See, y'all hoes. See, then this is why y'all.
How we hoes? We men.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that don't make sense. That don't make sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on, y'all, real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna welcome to the show tonight. I didn't give a proper welcome to Coach Ferg, Prototype, and Uncle Jeff in the building tonight. All right, so Uncle Jeff said it don't make no sense. Uncle Jeff, what you got?
Panel, kick me out of here in 10 minutes. I really don't have the time. I just had to come up here. I love the show. Number one,
somebody got to go on mute.
Come on now. Come on. If you can hear it, we can hear it. If you can hear sounds in your background, so can we. Come on, knock it off. Anyway, I just came up here, number one, to point out exactly when light skin died. And BMU was all over it. It was in the movie New Jack City. After the Carter had been taken over, Wesley walked his cool ass in with that Rottweiler and stabbed Christopher Williams in the back of the hand. Light skin died right there, and it has not made a comeback since. That is right. That is the point. That is the point in time when light skin died. Number two, dark skin. I've been a sucker for chocolate women my whole life, but I'm in the middle. So I love being. I get dark in the summertime. I get dark on purpose because I got real dark skin thoughts. I don't. What? Well, my thoughts is dark skin. All my thoughts is dark skin.
Uncle Jim?
That mean you can say something wrong and it'll go down right here. That mean it's only a certain way you're gonna talk so long in my presence. That mean if somebody break in my house, honestly, I have to fight with myself not to take the machete and take the shotgun. I'm over there. I'm team dark skin. And no diss to Coach Ferg, who has a lot of dark skin thoughts. He likes Sinbad. A lot of people don't know Sinbad is a gangster. Sinbad is not. He only don't cuss on stage because of his parents. Sinbad's a gangster. Anyway, that was the other point that I was making is that ain't no Ain't nobody scared of no light skin. Any dude that's scared of you is doing you a favor, regardless to what you look like. The dude that's scared, I'm scared to approach you. He also scared when he hear a noise at night. Y'all got to flip a coin for who go to see. Don't please understand that the man that you supposed to be with is not intimidated by you. He ain't scared of you. He ain't got no dirt in his mouth for you. It's just not a lot of them. And there are a lot of sisters who are your age, Tyranny, who are taking the license that they aunties abused. You don't have the license. This snippy animosity that a lot of sisters have for brothers, you need to be nice and kind right now, because we're in World War III and every other woman on earth got her man. But y'all, I'll say this and I'll land. I hear this on social media constantly. You ain't my man. I don't have to listen to you. Well, as you excuse me of that duty, does that mean as a sister, as a stranger, if I see a dog jump a fence, if I see a white man taking license with you that he shouldn't, since you don't have to listen to me and I'm not your man, am I not your man in your man's absence? Should I let you handle that weight? I ask that to every sister who has ever uttered those words, and I'll land there.
Anybody want to respond to that? So my question is this:
dark-skinned thoughts. It's the being ignorant. It's dark skin to me. Like, I mean, being cruel is being cruel. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It ain't. I don't think it's about skin tone though. You know what I mean? Because when you about the action, you just hit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of we've caught a lot of backlash when in the light skin dark skin war that was perpetuated by the slave master.
I see what you're going there. You're going there.
There has been a lot of, and
that's the truth.
Set culture. It set culture in motion. That's what we're talking about. Passing the culture that was set in motion was that light skinned black people had it easier. That light-skinned black people, it wasn't that many dark-skinned house niggas, bro. That's not how it did. Okay, the two main house niggas first. Let's be honest. The black woman was the first house nigga. After her came light-skinned black people. How do we get around that? And the mind game that must have been for them, and that's where you get. You better put a hat on, JT, before you go outside, because it's gonna get dark. That's from that same pool of ignorance, that same pool of dysfunction. And we got to be honest about how much people have swam in it. How about the AKAs? They had a paper bag test. If you're not lighter than this, if you're darker than this paper bag, we're not letting you in our sorority. That's a thing that I didn't make up.
There's a whole bunch of people mad that they got rid of that.
Sure.
But so when you say that we're swimming in it, we're swimming in it because the world is placing us in it. It's not that we're just, I mean, honestly, like I said, when I never thought of I'm lighter than her, but I never thought of that. It only became until I got in the work industry or out here in the world outside of high school.
What he's saying is, you was born into it. The pool. Listen, when you came along, it was probably on one of its lowest levels than it's ever been in our history. When you were born, I'm just going by time frame, right? Because you experienced it when you finally got to work. You may say experienced it at work, right? Everybody else experienced it. Hold on, everybody else experienced it on the streets.
Everywhere. I experienced it more with our people. I experienced it more with our people.
But could you imagine? And listen, I've only been called nigga by niggas. Everybody with the big nose and big lips have been the only. I never had a white man or a white woman call me. Well, I was 13. A little white boy called me a nigga. I slapped him so hard, I never heard that word again while I was in the military. No word. Only time I was called yellow boy, light skin, old yellow, mellow yellow. I was a kid growing up with black folk. The thing about what I'm saying is I embraced it. My daddy was black. That's him behind me. He got green eyes. He was all black. His mama and daddy was black, and his grandparents was black. My my granddaddy was our Paynes and BMU's color. I came in the middle of both of them. I look like both of them. I got my daddy's complexion. I get red like him in the summertime. I got my mama's build and hands and, you know, pretty features and shit. And I just try to take the best of both. But when it comes to complexion, I embrace my complexion. I call myself yellow. I embrace it. I wanted a dark skin, get elbow rust on the elbows, but I also love the light skins too. And this is not shut up. And this is where the women sort of play themselves, right? They want to choose a complexion, right? And it doesn't matter about the complexion, long as you find a good one in any complexion. Because I was never going to limit my options when it came to women, because I wasn't going to date a woman because she was too dark or too light. When I was young in my 20s, whichever complexion vibe with this, come here.
Ain't no racism in my pants. I'm only racist from the waist up. I don't. Let's be clear about a couple of things. Number one, what we're talking about is prejudice and bigotry, not racism. Racism is a whole different kettle of fish that has nothing to do with anybody up here, and most of us don't even know racists, and if we do, we don't know that they are.
I know it. I know all of it. I was raised in Texas.
Okay. Could you tell me then? Could you tell me the exact racists that you have met that make the policies that say where you live, that put the poison different in your water and food?
Yeah, the Caucasians.
Okay, so do you know them? Do you know them to be directly as racist? And again, in the South, perhaps you might. But what I'm saying is most Black people mistake racism for bigotry. They talk about it. It ain't yelling nigga from a moving car. It ain't got nothing to do with how somebody feel about you. It has a lot more to do with the fact that people in Texas, you can the 10, how the 10 run through Texas. I tell you right where it run through, right where Black people had land. That's racism. That's a whole different. That's
racism is when I don't get the job because I'm Black. Racism is when I'm on the phone with you and you can hear I'm a Black woman, so you're giving me a loop around. Yeah. Okay. Racism runs in many ways, so I don't think you should, make Black people feel like that's not racist. Yes, it is.
I don't think I did, or I didn't mean to. I meant to say driving by you and throwing a bottle at you because you're a nigger is not racism.
What is that?
That's bigotry. It's active bigotry. Racists make laws. They make rules. They make orders. They don't give you land. They don't give you bank loans. That's racism. To have you go fight a war and come back home and you can't get the same GI Bill that a white man get. That's racism. Yep. Colorism is some other shit. Colorism is the grease that feeds racism. Colorism is dumbass Black people keeping each other down over color in the name of those who gave them the job who are racist. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. Nobody's worse. You're exactly right. Nobody's worse with colorism than Black people.
Nobody.
I agree.
That was everybody. If you look at my
pool. That's the swimming pool you was talking about.
We
deep in it.
We deep in it.
And it really starts with honestly, a lot starts with a lot of our mothers. When you say get your Black ass over here.
Come on.
Get your nappy head.
Turney. That's when you first experienced it, but it was already here before your mother and my mother and everybody's mother here.
Where did they get it?
See,
right, but as a parent, why would you continue that into your child? That don't make no sense to me. I've never told my children, because I have different children are pain. Just like I'm saying I have mixed children. My first 2 children are mixed with Guatemalan, and my other 3 children are Black. So they've never said. They've questioned, "Mommy, why is so and so's hair coarse?" But I've never made it seem any different between my kids. Where some others do the most. You talk down on your children. You make them feel like they ain't shit because their skin color is a little bit darker. I really feel like parents need to watch their mouth and, you know, train their children in the house so when they go out in the world, they can be prepared for the ignorance. But don't give your child ignorance in the home, you know.
I agree.
Attorney, that's a great message. So do you think that you would have the courage, right, with this vigor that you have, to go to your peers, the women of your peer group with children and younger, to give them that message about how to sort of give the children better information and keep them sort of, I guess, balanced in the I guess the propaganda that's fed? Because this takes women like you who have it, because you just spoke on it. But then the problem is going to, because see us men up here, we, you know, so we're going to come together in those spaces. But could you be a vessel to the women?
Women don't listen.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. So you jump right into the. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Do you think that you could gather up that type of mission for yourself?
You know,
yes or no?
I don't know. You know, I feel like God has told me to go out there and speak, but because I have those voices in my head that say, "Don't. Nobody's gonna like you. Don't say nothing."
But attorney, do you think you have it? Say maybe I'll give it 16 to 22. 16 to 22, you think that they would listen to you? Because I believe if you give them the right messages, they will listen. But just like any of us, we have to sort of listen and learn. Then I believe you can make a big difference. Because you have fight and you can fight against the nonsense but you have to be fair with it. I think you're a good voice.
Okay.
Well, not only are you a good voice, but I think, and it's common. Coach spit out a challenge to you, and you didn't say whether you could do it or not. You told him why it was hard. I think that you can't focus. You can't focus on who don't got their cup open.
Right.
You gotta pour anyway.
You're right.
And somebody going, of course. But the place we at right now, you cannot listen to God if you want to. God not playing no more. It is my belief that He has left His goodness, but He has taken His mercy. God ain't having mercy on fools no more. There is somebody need to hear your voice, and when you say it, when the teacher will appear when the student is ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to what Coach Ferg said. There's a way. There's a group of people that you can at least you can speak on. Being a single mother with how many children?
I'm not single, but I have 5 children.
Okay, well, yeah, you can speak
but
on
being single.
Were you ever a single mother at some point?
I was for 2 years.
Then that's the 2 years. I bet you could add some wisdom to a young mother that's about to go through that might be going through that might have the opportunity to miss it because of something you say. Those 3 women need you, and with that, I can't pretend I want to talk to you niggers anymore.
Oh my God.
So let me ask this question then before Black Man. I know you got something else that you have planned.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask this question.
Go ahead.
How prevalent is colorism in today's society now? Is it more propaganda because we have internet presence, a heavy internet presence, and you hear a lot of people talking? Or has it went a different route now, the colorism part of it?
You just throwing that out to anybody or what?
Anybody, just for the panel.
I think it's mostly, much ado about nothing, and people are using social media to make it bigger than it is. I mean, let's look at our real, actual lives out there. I see Black people of all shades getting together, getting along, for as much as what it means to get along as a Black person these days. Just like nothing happened. I mean, just go through your own anecdotal life. I mean, most of us don't hold skin color against the people in our orbit.
Right.
Most of us just don't. I mean, there might be some, but I would question their intelligence level that do. I would question their social economic level and their intelligent level that do. I mean, most regular people who are working their day-to-day life, I don't think they have time to say, "Oh man, you're a light-skinned bastard, you're a dark-skinned chocolate, crispy critter and shit." I mean, I just don't think we go around doing that. I just don't. And then I see women who get on the internet to try to make content to talk about that. And I don't really hear that many men talking about, the perils of being, dark skin or light skin, especially dark skin. I think some light skinned guys get on saying how they get discriminated. I mean, Angry Man talks about it a lot, by the way.
Black people.
He does. He's light skinned, you dark. But to me, I just think he says it because it's just part of the shtick. I don't think he really worries about it.
Mm-hmm. I think you can sort of put a dividing line in it, right? Because the older generation in YouTube, they make it seem like we still in the slavery days, almost like, oh my God, they ready to destroy this and they doing this and they panicking. But I don't think it's as important when people are younger. The younger generations are, they're a little bit more mixed up. They got all, it's more interracial relationships, and
true.
I think they're not as prominent to see, because even on commercials, you'll see a black woman with the light skin and the good hair turning, but she's with a white guy. She's not with a strong black man. So, they try to, I guess the people that focus on it, and I believe, it's always going to be my favorite generation. They blame everybody but themselves.
You talk about X?
No, not Gen X, buddy. Gen X, we figure it out, don't we, JT? I'm talking about my born in the 80s babies. They blame everybody. They can't find each other in love. The marriage ain't shit. The dating pool ain't shit. My mama did it. My daddy did it. My sister did it. They blaming a lot of people. The government did it.
Millennials then.
Yeah, instead of just sometimes, that's what the beauty of life. You done already survived the worst of it. You can't do the same behaviors, and a lot of people starting to see it in real time a lot sooner, because there's no more handouts in America. Everybody's going to pull their weight, and a lot of people have wasted a lot of years that sort of, once you reach that 35, almost going on 40, that bell wakes up. It turns on, and sometimes people have already made bad decisions. That's why, I think younger people, early 20s, and I think they're going to have a better opportunity worldwide. We're going to see that change up greater in about the next 10 years. It's going to be a lot different in America. So if you ain't married, you ain't got to get married. Find you somebody, a wife or a girlfriend or something. Make sure she bring all her dirty dishes over. I mean, but it's a lot going on, man, and people ain't really looking at it. These things ain't happening for nothing. And America's a prime spot for anybody in the world to be in. We got the richest poor people in the world, and people are coming, and people don't realize it. But
let me say this: we got to be honest. Even my wife said this. She said, "Men are more drawn to lighter skinned women, and if a man comes into a place." And he see that exotic ass long. Let me tell you, I'm from Louisiana. And when you see them, when you go to Louisiana, I'm being real with y'all. It's some beautiful black women of all different shades. I'm not saying that. But when you go to Louisiana, you see them Creole women, black women who are Coach Ferg's color, with green eyes, with that long black Indian fucking hair going down their back, thick as shit. And you see them walking around, hey baby, hold on, set that boo boo, shut up.
They got that accent too. They got the accent too.
What?
Oh God!
What are we talking about? And that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm not saying that the dark skinned women are not beautiful. They are. My baby is beautiful, but at the same time, she said the same thing. I'm telling y'all, we had a conversation. She said when they walk in and see them Creole women. Okay, let me give you an example. What's the girl's name that was on A Different World? I'm going to give you an example. Not the yellow skin one.
You talking about Jasmine Guy to play Whitley, or are you talking about the other one with the red hair? The one that played
I'm talking the dark skin one. What was her name?
Oh, you talking
with the almond eyes?
No, she talking about the real dark skin one.
Oh, you said the dark skin one?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, the one that played the doctor.
No, I'm talking about Jaleesa or Kimberly. Or we do
Kimberly. That's the one that was the doctor. She ended up being the doctor. Yeah.
Now you walk in the room. Kimberly is pretty in her own right. She is.
Yeah,
she was even pretty on Color Purple.
She pretty now.
She pretty now. But if you walked in the room and you got Jasmine Guy in her prime, and Kimberly.
Yo, but
niggas are drawn to them yellow skinned women.
Be honest, you dark skinned brothers, y'all be fine. Y'all lose y'all mind over the light skin.
No. I get it.
Man, come on, we see it. Two of the biggest dogs on YouTube done lost their mind over the light skin, almost white skin.
I get his argument though. I don't think that what he's saying is so off kilter. But this is the thing. Me and there's a couple other guys can tell you the same thing. That woman, to me, was way more attractive than Jasmine Guy was during that time. And not only her.
Remember during this time, Jasmine Guy did Harlem Nights. That same Jasmine that was sitting on top of Eddie Murphy.
I don't care. I wasn't drawn to Jasmine Guy like that.
You're a youngster.
No, hold on. I wasn't drawn to Jasmine Guy like that. I was drawn to the girl. What's her name? The one that we just talked about. Lisa Bonet. I liked her, but let me tell you the one that I really, and to this day, I'm like, damn. I've always thought that, dark skinned women were beautiful to me, right? Pam.
Oh,
I did not. I've never thought Tisha Campbell was fine. I thought she was, kind of.
She's right.
I agree.
Pam was the one. Not only Pam, but old girl that played in House Party, the first House Party. She's like a man now. Because she been working out too goddamn much.
AJ Johnson. I never looked at it, and so it was kind of like I'm kind of like I was one of those guys who was like this. If she's beautiful to me, she's beautiful to me. Like you already said earlier, my ex-wife, she light skinned. You know what I'm saying? So I've always liked women. But I didn't look at light-skinned women like, oh, she just, because she's light-skinned. I just never did it, and I knew other guys that did. I want y'all to do me a favor. Tonight, I want you old niggas tonight to go back and put on, and I want you to go to this movie, and I want you to put on Harlem Nights. And I want you to tell me how many dark-skinned women you see in that motherfucking movie. Now, the only dark-skinned woman that was in that movie was Richard Pryor's wife. Everybody else was light skinned.
What's her name? Sunshine was
light skinned. Yeah, she was.
Nah, she's brown skinned.
Leela Rakan was like Chinese complexion. It's just the makeup and the lights and all that.
The lady who made the dude hang up the phone on his wife was not a light skinned woman.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
She was.
She wasn't
light skinned. I'm finna pull it up.
She was Leela Rakan. She was just makeup. She was.
You can see even the updated picture of her now. She's about to do a movie.
Like Tyranny.
Yeah, she's dark skinned. Because even look at her on Boomerang. She was on Boomerang too. She was not light skinned, homie.
No, she's not light skinned.
Oh my God. I'm looking at
Boomerang.
That's how y'all dark skinned guys do over the light skins. Y'all lose your mind.
Can I say this while you niggas are lusting? Okay. I really feel like, okay, look, we're all beautiful. We're black women are beautiful anyway. Y'all are men. I don't care what freaking color woman. Y'all are men. I think TV made it to where light skin versus dark skin. And they made the lighter skinned woman look more beautiful because of the colorism crap that they created. Turn off the TV. That's what Kendrick Lamar said. And we wouldn't be having this conversation. BMU, I am so sleepy.
Okay, baby, go to bed.
I go to bed.
All right, Terry.
JT Pushberg. All right,
you know what? This is the calmest I see Terry in a long time. You're doing okay. But BMU, you got a little bias here, right?
I don't.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me. Men are drawn to attraction, right? So we'll see a light skinned chick in the backdrop of a dark skinned chick. It depends on the lighting. right? So we're gonna go towards the lighter one because she's standing out. That doesn't mean she's so much prettier, and that's what happens. You know, we say, "Holy shit, man!" But here's where I would give you: if you had the example of these NFL players and these athletes, they go for the exotic light-skinned woman,
yes,
and they all get fucked over in like 1 or 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, okay, that right there is a beautiful woman.
Huh?
That's a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's Miss USA, Miss America. What don't help forget that.
Woman right there.
See, BMU, you don't know. You too young, man. You young, man. Back up.
Hold on. First of all, she was Miss USA. They stripped her of her title because she posed for Playboy. Don't do that.
Yeah, because she was fine. Look at you. You know the Playboy. But she was fine.
Let me tell you something. This is why when we say you just gotta live a little, pull up a picture of her right now. She fine as hell still right now. And the lady's like damn near 70.
Yes, hey, man, let me tell you, she can sing her ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can sing, man. That woman can sing.
Man, listen. The Johnson's family reunion. I love watching that movie with Cedric Entertainer when she was in there, and old Uncle Earl was like, "You get on top, I get on the bottom. I get on the bottom, you get on top." Man, he was like, "Oh my God, man." That is a beautiful woman.
From that standpoint, they really propelled the light-skinned woman in those kind of shows.
Yes.
Oh, you can't argue that. You just can't argue.
Yeah, multiple things can be true at once. That's why I said that with BMU, I'm not going to just say you way off kilter. Hell no. But I am kind of like, I can say that I'm probably a one-off. I think it's way more guys that dealt with it, colorism, because I've heard them talk. And the first thing that they would say about a chick, if they was describing her, was her skin color. This little red bone I was talking to, this little light-skinned chick, man, I'm telling you, they start out with it. So you're absolutely right when it comes down to that, BMU. I was just pointing out that I just wasn't one of them niggas.
I mean, we got to put this in perspective, though, a little bit, man.
Now, come on, BMU. How you gonna pull up?
Why you pull her up, though?
Come on, man.
Come on, my dog. You can do something
Pull
better
up
than that.
Pam Grier or somebody.
I got one for you. No, I got one for you. And she ain't even no
First of all, what y'all not finna do is disrespect Viola, because Viola can get it.
No.
Okay, she cute.
Y'all better stop playing with Viola.
Nah. Viola is cool. She all right. No. If you want to pull up a beautiful, beautiful black woman, right? That is where she's not the stereotypical one. Pull up the chick that was in Sinners. Pull up the dark skinned chick that was in Sinners.
You talking about
that woman?
You talking about the one that was singing? The one that was
her. And then the one that was bigger, the sexy one. She wasn't on fire, but she's sexy as hell. Yeah. And she's a bigger woman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Them black women, man.
Yes, sir. I'm
telling you, both of them.
Yes, sir.
Extremely beautiful women, bro.
Who are you talking
about?
One
is extremely beautiful, and the other one is extremely beautiful, and the other one is extremely sexy.
Oh, my
sexy.
God. I know who girl in Abbott Elementary. She's nice. The little chocolate principal. She's nice. The black chicks that played in Wonder Years. It was a series of Black Wonder Years.
Oh, the Black Wonder Years. Oh, heck
man,
yeah.
both of them were nice.
Come on, bro. With the afro and everything, man. That's my thing is when I see the in the younger generation, you're starting to see a lot of these young women, even light skin, dark skin, they're starting to wear their hair natural with the even if they're not doing the basketball fro, they putting it in in a natural man. That's what I'm like. We need to, because that shit used to be. I was looking at some old shit where the women had when they was wearing the bell bottoms, like what they trying to bring out now, the hip hugger bell bottoms and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And when them women had those goddamn crop tops and those halter tops back then, that's why they bringing the shit back out again. Them women, but they were smaller. The majority of women black women were smaller.
And that's the key.
That's a whole lot smaller.
That's the key. I think if
and whether they were light skinned or dark skinned though, they were fine as hell.
Yeah, it didn't matter. And that's the key right there, JT, getting back to a healthy weight.
Look at women are good women, man. Yeah. I mean, I know we playing a little bit more. I mean, we got some, if they're in the movies, they doctor them up. If you're a good looking woman, you're a good looking woman. That's still when you compare apples to orange, depending on where the man is at, You know, I'm just saying. You know, all I know is that dark-skinned women get married too.
Yeah,
they do.
As it is,
they do.
Hell
such
yeah.
as it is.
And I ain't gonna lie, I've been all over the country, right? And everywhere you go, you're gonna see some fine sisters.
That's old girl. That's the
one that was in Sinners.
Yeah, she done lost a little weight.
Oh
she
yeah,
done lost the weight now.
She's
That's the sexy
you know
one.
what she played in and I liked her in?
What's that?
What's the one with the
HBO? You talking the one that came on HBO with Jonathan Majors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she's from the UK, ain't she?
I can't remember the goddamn name.
Yep, she is. Yeah, she's from the UK.
What's the lady's name to play the Black Panthers girl? What
Hey, shut up, Osha. Hey, listen, the other day, man, me and my wife was talking about this the other day. I said, we was talking about Alicia Keys, we was talking about colorism. This is how this conversation came up. And I said, Napita and Alicia Keys in the same room. I said, now Alicia Keys may get a lot of attention because she's exotic looking when she walk in the room, but when it comes to that body, boy, Napita bad.
Yeah, she
you know what? They cast her. I understand they cast her as Helena in.
Somebody said that she's Nigerian.
You just showed. She's from the UK though.
She got them eyes, man. Them eyes, man.
She like white men though, man. She like white men.
Nah, is that what it is? I ain't got a chance with them eyes though. I'll be done.
She might like you, Fur.
Yeah, she might like me. I might see. I'm always been in, man, since the 70s.
Oh man.
But I gotta say, BMU, we men, especially our age, bro, we're non-biased when it comes down. Beauty is beauty to us. My biggest thing is that what makes a woman way more beautiful than just her aesthetics? The way she holds herself, the way that she's not like you ever seen a beautiful woman aesthetically and then she opened her damn mouth and you be like,
get her out of here.
Fuck.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you somebody that's is 50 years old, damn near 49 years old, and look like this right now. This is a recent picture of her. Let me show it to you.
Oh, Maya, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she done got better looking.
Yeah, she's not bad looking.
She done got better looking with age because she ain't got no work done. So
she got is she a spinster? She got kids or she got no kids.
She married to herself. She married to herself.
So she gonna float off into the sunset.
Yeah, she gonna float off, man. Unfortunately,
that's a waste of beauty, man.
Waste of beauty.
Be out there hanging out with the chick from Diana Ross's daughter. Talking looking for attention.
Her and Ebony K and what's her name from Set It Off, they gonna be hanging together.
Ebony K probably paid
they gonna be hanging together.
$300,000 to get that kid she got. She paid a lot of money for that kid.
It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
Well, she can't. She's not marriageable. Ebony K. Williams is never going to be a marriage. She was never a marriage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a waste of beauty. All that.
So that definitely would be. You have to put everything. When you say beauty, like when you hear guys talking about on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're not adding in everything, then it's a false equivocation when you start to really, when you start to scale it in that way. Because aesthetically beautiful, that shit lasts only for a couple of seconds. As soon as she opened her mouth, those numbers started to go down. And if she's already starting at a 6, she ain't got long to go.
They all started 5.
You ever see those women though who are older?
Yes.
You ever see those women who are older and then they get on the internet talking, they don't have no kids, no man, and they're like 40, 50 years old, and they say the only thing men want from them is sex. And I said, well, what else the fuck does he need to have you for?
Yeah.
I mean, but they know what they wouldn't. These same women that go call the little young dude and come over and knock him straight down.
But what I'm trying to say is they're complaining about the fact that the guys they meet want to just bang them out. What else do they? What else are you? Do men really need to have the women to sit down and commiserate with? If I'm gonna sit across from you, your titties are nice and your ass is nice, you're looking, smelling good and shit. So what are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about?
And you end up giving me the answer to the test. I'm about to pass that shit with flying colors. I don't like. I want a man that's God-fearing. I'm God-fearing. Tonight I'm God fearing. You gotta have 6 figures. I got 6 figures, but
they know exactly what they're doing.
Right, until I get in and then you see everything about me. So that's why they would do it, because you would sit there and talk about all the things that you want and don't want, don't understand that this man is like, I'm about to start cracking the code. That's it. That's why they want to screw you, because you start saying shit that you start talking about sex. You start talking about, shit you ain't got no business talking about on the first fucking date. And guess what happened? You done talk yourself into some dick and now you're gone.
But JT, I'm serious though. If you see a woman who's pretty, she's 50 years old, you're 50 years old, and it's not a business meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're a regular guy. Let's just say you're not married. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah, she's young.
I mean, she's in her house.
Yeah, that's
you're in some intimate setting. What's the
JT? They already know what the play is. YouTube is just a play to come on and release the conversation. They done already been knocked off by the young dude.
You want me to tell you what? You want me to tell you what the conversation is about?
Yeah.
This is the conversation. This
is what the conversation is about. She like going on trips. She like going on cruises.
Yeah,
she like shopping certain shit. She don't eat certain shit, and then after all that shit is over with, then it comes down to the sex part.
Yeah,
that's what it does. You 50. You ain't talking about having no kids. You ain't talking about. Go ahead.
JT, they only talking about that to the dudes they don't want to sleep with.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about.
They want all this. They want all these trips and conversations with a guy. Now, with a guy, just think about it. With a guy that they don't really like, most women are like this, regardless of age. If they don't really like you, they gonna want to have a conversation with you and talk to you.
The guy they don't like is not in an intimate setting with them.
But that's right, because they fucking they sleeping with.
I'm talking about if you're a guy that these women like, right? The woman. Let's just say the guy that a woman likes. What the fuck are you talking to? What are y'all going to talk about?
They're not talking about him. They're not talking about. They're talking about two different guys. They're talking about two different guys.
If you're the guy that's going, you're not going to be in their house unless you're the guy they want. She's not going to be in your house unless you're the guy she wants.
Just told you, RP, what they talking about.
No. I don't think they're talking about trips. Because listen, if they want you, you don't have to take her ass on a trip.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't say she talked. No. We talking about 50. Just listen to what I'm telling you.
Okay,
we talk about 50-year-old women. We talk about, for the most part, that woman is probably as established as she's going to get being singled. It ain't a whole lot she gonna talk about other than if she got her own house, she got to get her roof fixed. She got to get some goddamn shit. It's always some shit that got to get fixed. And if it ain't no shit that got to get fixed, she talking about going on a trip because she been fucking around. She ain't got no fucking kids. She all in they fucking business because they grown. She trying to have all her goddamn grandkids around her. You just said a 50-year-old. I'm telling you, it ain't a whole lot you need to talk about. They talking about fixing shit. Fixing roofs and shit, and the grandkids if they got them, and they talking about that goddamn furnace that they just went. They ain't talking about nothing. And if she really fucked up, she gonna tell you. And if she like you,
she was.
Yes, but if she like you. If she like you, R-Pain, she gonna tell you about her being post-menopause.
You stupid. We just saw a picture of Maya. We just saw a picture of Maya. She ain't got no kids. She's 49 years old.
And she's a millionaire.
Wait a minute. If you happen to be in the presence of one, if she gives you an audience or you give her an audience, she likes you, or she's not gonna be there.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, if you're sitting across from Maya, she ain't talking about getting her fucking roof fixed.
She's talking about marrying herself. She's talking about marrying herself. She just talked about it.
Is she going to give you some ass or not, JT?
I'm telling you, she is after this. She married herself. See, RP, you ain't listening to me, bro.
When it comes to Maya,
so nobody's qualified.
Take it away from Maya.
That ass.
No.
Somebody
the Rose is tapping that ass.
Wait till her ass get 55.
Bro, y'all need to go watch her little interview that she got.
Yeah, I don't need to see
that. Motherfucker is talking about she married herself, my guy. She ain't interested in being with no man or no woman. She got the Rose.
Marry no man, but I think she's getting that shit tickled somewhere.
Why would you marry a 50-year-old?
A 50-year-old should marry her.
I'm not talking about marrying her. She might want to be married. She might be married to herself, but that don't mean she ain't banging somebody out.
Man,
Yes,
listen,
it does.
man.
Yes, it does.
Even a nun get horny, man.
Bro,
so I don't know why.
Let me tell you something. There's something, and our pain. I'm so surprised at you because you're not understanding. If she was in her 30s and she was in probably her mid 30s to her 40s, cool. This is a woman that has lived 50% of her life already.
Right.
So she's dealing with those right. So when it comes down to her saying, I can just marry myself. Yes, she can. Because she got a whole bunch of feminine shit she's dealing with. If that was the case, then guess what? She already would have had a man that she was married to already.
She don't have to have a man to be married to. Fuck. She don't have to have a man to be married to. The fuck. I don't give a shit what she's saying. She could be married to herself. Maybe she's committing adultery on her goddamn self.
And these 50-year-olds ain't fucking like y'all think they are.
Listen, man.
They ain't fucking like you think they are. They got roles.
But Maya's 46.
They know how they jacking off just as much as men are doing now. These motherfuckers.
I agree with you there.
Come on.
But that's the problem, though, right? That's the problem for the younger women, right? Because they ran through little season. Most of them have been out there busting it wide open. So at 50, I can see, but what about the younger folk? They can't get together and make families.
I want to say this. Angela Bassett did an interview the other day. And she's 65. She just turned 65.
Right.
She retired.
And they asked her about her diet. And she said she don't eat any carbs. She don't eat no bread, no pasta. She don't do dairy products. She don't eat meat. She's a vegetarian, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And they showed her working out. So at the award ceremony the other night, did y'all see what she had on?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. I don't.
Let me introduce
you. Don't watch black stuff, I pay. You don't watch the black
I don't watch those award shows.
Yeah, they ain't even really award shows no more. You know, every once in a while I can get caught up by mistake.
Nice awards.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's not a BBL.
No, sir.
No, hell no.
No, sir.
No,
that's a 65-year-old woman right there.
Yeah,
I bet she ain't talking about no
working out.
Let's click on another. Let's go click on another picture of her. Hold on. Let me click on one.
She married, right? She out the game.
That's who she doing it for. Was the hub. Shit, they've been married for what, 36, 37 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, and he like, yes, baby, keep it tight.
That's why she'll star. That's why she's still on Chicago show. Yeah. She's still on the police show, on the firefighter show.
Yeah, that's what you call
a 65-year-old woman, nigga.
That's what you call doing the best you can for what you have. She still looks like she looks like an older woman, but she looks like she's gracefully getting older. That's how that shit looks. She don't look like she don't. I guarantee when you see that right there, that looks like respect. I gotta respect that woman right there.
Yeah, she
looks mature. She's, you know what I'm saying? She ain't trying to look like no damn 22-year-old.
Nope.
No.
Well, Angela's always she aged.
She always a top 5. Yeah. She always a top 5.
Look at that, boy.
Only thing that shows you that's good living. That's good living right there. Yeah. That is good living right there. And to be married to something like that, yes, a man gonna be proud of having her.
Can you imagine 65? Imagine 30 years, 50 years ago, what a 65-year-old woman looked like, and look at this now.
Damn you. We know what it was. You the one you missed out. We know what it looked like 30 years ago, brother. That's what we. Come on, man. Y'all missing out on that type of the grown women.
Felicia Rashad 75, and she still can get.
Yeah. 75. Wow. And she looks like a beautiful 75-year-old.
Yeah.
She's not worshiping goddamn youth. She already understood that shit is over. So I got to do the best I can with what I have. And these women look very graceful and beautiful.
Well, listen, you know what? Thank God for them. They've had the means to keep themselves looking pretty good.
Yeah, but you can see women in our regular lives, bro. You'd be amazed at what a lot of these black women, what their ages are. it's good living. Some of them, they probably don't, have all the money or whatever. But man, I done seen someone, especially look, Gen X, dog. I gotta give props to the Gen Xers, bro. Motherfucker, it's hard for them to see what our age look like.
Yeah, it's
hard. It's hard.
And let's be honest. But let's be honest though, because but again, those women had discipline. That's what we don't have today. Those women had discipline.
That's what it is.
And they rubbed it off on us. They had the discipline and to go out and stay in shape. A lot of people.
Let's not go too far on the Gen X craze, okay?
Come on, man. Yeah.
Let's go far on the Gen X craze, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, skinnies.
We go a little overboard.
You know where that comes from? Because she was trying to hold on to being in her 20s and her 30s, and she fucking flip-flopped on her ass because she out here trying to get BBLs and all that crazy ass shit.
Horrible.
Yeah, she's still fine. She's still pretty.
That's a beautiful woman right there. And you can see that
she's aging gracefully.
Yeah, and there's a command for respect.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a command for respect.
Now, how you think Nicki Minaj is gonna look when she get 60?
She don't even look. She look older than them now. Shit.
She look 60 now. She look that age now.
She does look old. You know what?
And that's what it's doing. This age,
listen. I was never a big Nicki fan. But she married the dude she married to's got to take at least 10 years off her life.
No, all that added up. It wasn't just him.
I think if she would have left herself alone and did what a lot of these other women did, I think Nicki Minaj would have looked attractive, right? I don't think she looks attractive because she just got too much shit going on. And then,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
What about Lil' Kim? Lil' Kim.
No, Lil' Kim fucked herself up so bad, bro. She was another one. But this should be a lesson to young women. You have to allow yourself to get older. You can't stop it. Yeah. Only thing you have to do is work with what the hell you have. Stay in good shape. Right. Everybody can't be a motherfucking 10 first and foremost. There are very few women that can actually be a 10 in looks and aesthetics for all the way until they get in their 50s and 60s. That ain't gonna work for you. So
especially if you were in the 10 in your, especially if you were
hold on. No. I totally disagree.
You can't go into a 10.
Is that Queen Latifah?
I can't go. I totally disagree with that.
You can't go into a 10
because a lot of people age. We age. Some of us Benjamin Button our age. Some people you went to school with, they was funny looking, and then you see them when they in their 30s, they look totally different.
Until you
Coach Fred, what do you think about this, Coach Fred?
I see that right there. Me and her had to wrestle in the back seat of a Jeep.
Yeah, that's
she should have stayed the Vivica that I knew her from the Independence Day. Vivica set it off. Vivica. That's the only thing that I would rock with her. I stopped following her once she got her first little. When she switched up, I really ain't followed her since. But when she was
even two can play that game. When she played in two can play that game, she was.
That was it. That was when she lost all that and went over to Hollywood. Thought that was gonna help her.
Mm-hmm.
Now her shoulders are bigger than mine. That stress, they add that stress on the body. Should it be natural? Have you seen just like Khalees? Khalees stayed natural, but boy, is fine.
Yeah, but that again, good living. Yeah. Khalees look better now than she did then because she have all that makeup and stuff on. Yeah, she got that damn farm she owned and shit, man. And, come on, man.
Okay, so you're not talking about Pam Grier then?
Pam Grier is a top two. She top two.
She's on the far.
No, but she gracefully. No, gracefully, she ended up.
This is what Vivica used to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that Vivica right there. That's where she should have stayed.
And
right
she
there.
still, and the thing is that she was never a 10. She got that jaw, that jaw.
And look, if you're not careful, like if
she's a good 8 right there.
Clip this, because if you look at Vivica's face, you can see Like, if you flash your face real quick like this, you think she a trans man or something. Look at, do it real quick. Like
No.
She trans.
She look all woman, man. She look. Most women got them long head faces. They got them long faces.
Coach, I can't agree with you on that one, bro.
You must have seen some of these surgeries.
Look, she look like she about to say,
no, not that bad.
Hey, JT.
That's what she.
The forehead guy in the Five Fingers of Death, the guy who had the forehead.
Yeah,
that could kill you with his forehead.
Big long ass forehead. Yeah.
Hey, Highway 20 said she's still doing them car sheets.
Yeah, she's still doing them. Yeah, her and Ice-T.
Ice-T got more lines on that damn commercial than he do on.
Oh, he got 2 or 3 of them by himself, JT. Ice-T got 2 or 3 of them by himself. He's on there by himself. He got so much makeup on.
Yeah, she done went from Vivica Fox to Vivica Box. She out of there.
Yeah. So, but this is the thing about us as men. The way that we look at our, that's why it's better for a woman to get that man while he's young. That way, when you get older and everything, all that shit starts to kind of fade, he still look at you as his little angel. You know what I'm saying? He see that you got the fucking fupa on, and he see that them damn stretch marks is there right now, and your nose got wider, and you know what I'm saying? Your face got fatter. But that man, he respects you because of the stuff that you put into that relationship and being with him. Once he get used to being with you, he used to being with you. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you guys this, man. We can't keep beating up the women who fucked up looking old, right? We got to also take it out on some of the men. You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't. No, we fucking don't.
Don't you start that shit, man. Don't you start that shit tonight. We're doing good.
There be days when we be just on the men and we ain't got nothing to say about the women. Don't bring that YouTube shit over here on YouTube.
That's so funny. I just want to
tell them our pain. Yeah, let's get with them. Yeah, let's get them.
No.
What's the 20? I got a BBL.
Everything ain't equal at all times. Sometimes, did you hear that song? Sometimes it's 70, it's 70-30. Sometimes it's 60-40. It ain't 50-50. Shit.
That shit off, man.
I think in 5 or 10 years,
we giving the good and the bad of our observation of the women anyway. So that's basically what it is.
I am only bullshit.
You know another person, and it was funny, I didn't know who she was. I was following her, didn't know who she was until I seen the picture of her. Remember the girl that played Ronnie? She played Ronnie on Players Club.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She look like she drive garbage trucks.
She don't wear makeup, none of that shit. Yeah, it's like, damn, when it was the last time she was in a movie? I was like, damn. But she's on. I'm thinking she got her OnlyFans now because
she do.
Every time you see her, she got them tatas out and them big ass nipples.
Oh man.
And she be telling her little stories in the kitchen.
Nipples look like landing strips.
Shit, get out of here.
Landing strips.
Yeah. Listen, you can't hold on to your youth, ladies. You don't be trying to do shit to preserve that shit. You work with what you got.
Listen. I gotta come back to
Stop smoking them Black and Milds.
I'm gonna dye my beard next time y'all see me, man. I'm gonna have my beard dyed and everything.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna bring my youth back.
No, man.
Then y'all gonna be really sad out there when the light-skinned gods show up. Y'all gonna be mad.
You ain't got to
y'all gonna be mad, man. Don't be mad.
You can't be out there using words like darling.
You can't look at that handsome motherfucker right there.
Who's
that handsome motherfucker?
Look at young Arpain. You gotta get back to being Arpain.
You know what though? You was full of shit, man.
You was playing wild, the light skin on one side and the dark skin on the other. What's up?
You was full of shit then, and you was full of shit now. And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something. Go back to the picture.
Arpain had a damn hairline.
Arpain used to be a Democrat because I see a Mexican back there. He's illegal. He's illegal. Who's this Mexican back in the back behind your wife?
That is absolutely the 90s because you got a cummerbund on.
I think who was that in that red shirt behind your wife? Who was that?
Which means
in the red shirt behind your wife? Who was that with the glasses on? I think you can't see, man. Behind your wife.
On the right.
Her cousin.
A cousin, oh man, yeah, she's nice right there. I like that type boy when I was young. Boy. I like that.
Hey man, look, let me tell y'all something. Let's take a pause real quick. Look at this picture, bro. Look at the background. Look at the people in it, bro. It was just a better time then, bro.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
It was just a better time, bro.
See, both of these guys. This is my best man here. This is my brother, my cousin, and I still talk to my man here.
All these people are still alive in this picture.
No, my cousin here, he passed away.
Which one?
Everybody else is still alive.
Which one from you, Arpain, passed away?
My cousin right here, the second from the last. Yeah, David. He had stomach cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. You know, I mean, just to segue real. You know, we
hold on. Who's these kids? Who the kids?
These were just people from the church.
Oh, those babies! Oh, them babies grown and gone.
Oh yeah. They got families and everything.
Arpain, it seemed like y'all were discriminating. Why the Mexicans in the back?
In the back.
What year was this, Arpain?
These were like
why they in the back? They with nobody.
We had the wedding party, and they were like ushers, man.
Okay.
They were hell, you was doing them bold as hell.
Both of these guys are full FBA, goddammit.
Okay, yeah. All right, Arpain. We take your word for it.
Whatever.
That's my wife. These are my wife's cousins, man. So then we got
Clip a lot of Mexicans in the back.
Why is the Mexican in the back on the picture? Why is the Mexican in the back on the picture? This is discrimination. This is racism.
Okay. So I was gonna show you the colorism thing, man. She wanted some chocolate meat, man, and I said, "Okay, baby, you know."
I know Arpain looked at that Mexican and said, "Mijo, get to the back."
Arpain, I know you was gone off your wife when you first saw her, man. I can tell the way you are in the picture, man. Like you was in love the first moment you saw her.
He couldn't put that tux on fast enough, boy.
You said, I don't want to date nothing else out here. You was done. I don't want no other woman.
I took her ass off the market fast like a motherfucker, man.
And that's why, and I'm going to say this and we're going to get out of here. That's why Arpain is sitting. I'm going to say this and we're finna go. I'm going to drop the mic on you niggas. This is why Arpain is sitting in this chair right now, butt naked with a robe on.
You ain't got no clothes or nothing on. You just got the robe on.
Yeah. Chest thumping, boom like a baseline pound. King Kong step and make the whole